Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live with me, Neha Khanna. On this show, we are going to focus on politics in Andhra Pradesh. A war of posters and banners has erupted between Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSR Congress and actor-politician Pawan Kalyan's Janasena party, triggering tension in Andhra Pradesh's Visakhapatnam. On Sunday, YSR CP East constituency in charge, Akaramani Vijay Nirmala, put up a banner portraying a fight between the poor and the rich. Interestingly, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy was portrayed on this banner as a protector of the poor from the evil intentions of opposition leaders belonging to the Janasena party and the Telugu Desam. This particular banner was installed at Siripuram at the VIP Road junction in Visakhapatnam. Not to be left behind, Janasena party leaders installed a banner showing Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy holding an axe in one hand and former Minister and MP, the late YS Vivekananda Reddy's head in the other. Just a week earlier, Pawan Kalyan had trolled Jagan Mohan Reddy over a Papam Pasivadu film poster. In a sarcastic comment, Pawan Kalyan proposed the idea of a film featuring the Chief Minister inspired by the plot of this movie. He seemed to suggest that such a film would be an apt representation of Reddy's situation. Kalyan tweeted, and I quote, "I hope someone makes this film with our Andhra Chief Minister. He's too innocent and naive. Only a small change is needed here. Instead of a suitcase in his hand, show him with multiple suitcase companies which facilitated money laundering for his ill-gotten wealth." He then said, "Dear Andhra Chief Minister, you are not Comrade Puchapalli Sundaraya or Comrade Terimala Nagi Reddy. You don't even have the right to utter the word class war with your ill-gotten wealth and the violence that you've unleashed on people. I hope one day Rayalaseema is freed from you and your group's clutches." Pawan Kalyan then went on to say, "This story needs sand dunes of Rajasthan desert, but the sand vice CP has been looting from river banks of Andhra Pradesh has enough sand dunes in the collection points." While the war of words and posters is becoming fierce, can Pawan Kalyan really take on Jagan Mohan Reddy and his party politically and electorally, given that even after 10 years of its existence, the Janasena party, which made its electoral debut in the 2019 general elections, is yet to establish any real grassroots level presence? All right, let's go across to our guest. Shyam Prasad Meka, political analyst and a supporter of the Congress party, is with us. Professor Chambi Puranik, a political analyst, also joining us, and A. Sai Shekhar, senior journalist. A. Sai Shekhar, let me start with you. What do you make of this war of words, posters and banners that seems to have erupted between Jagan Mohan Reddy's party and Pawan Kalyan's party?
Pawan Kalyan's party's posters and banners, they are not original. They are sponsored by the Telugu Desam. And Pawan Kalyan's party is beholden to the Telugu Desam. And Pawan Kalyan per se does not have any agenda of his own. He can actually at best be a rabble-rouser, and he's a wonderful actor on screen, and a lot of people, including me, are enamored of his action and his screen presence, and yeah, that's it. He's a cinema actor and he's an entertainer, and that's it. Not that cinema actors should not come into politics and serve the people. Andhra Pradesh has created, the undivided Andhra Pradesh has created a history by electing a star of the Tinsel town who just very recently, whose centenary was celebrated, and he had toppled the Congress government in 9 months of floating the party, and became the chief minister, and he became very relevant in all India politics too. He challenged Indira Gandhi, no less a person. But Pawan Kalyan does not have that stature. He does not have an agenda of his own. He does not come up with any of his. What if he becomes the chief minister, or what? He doesn't want to become chief minister. He says, nobody has voted for me, and none of our party leaders have campaigned for me, and they want me to demand chief minister's position from the Telugu Desam. He wants. See, sometime he talks about Che Guevara, and he was pally with the communists, and then he was pally with the Telugu Desam, and then he is pally with the BJP, diametrically opposite positions of political ideology. And what is the Janasena political ideology is not known to anyone, and it is just to provoke people's sentiment and then make provocative statements, and then derive some kind of online mileage. This is not going to translate into offline mileage, and I don't consider him as a political force. Even though the media hype and everyone is saying that Pawan Kalyan will surely have an impact in the upcoming elections, which he could not show in 2009 when his brother has floated his party as Prajarajam. Chiranjeevi had some respect among the people, but he did not. He lacked the direction. And then in 2014, he sided with Chandrababu Naidu, who joined hands with the BJP at that point in time. And this Troika went to polls, but Pawan Kalyan per se did not have any single candidate. And by then, in 2014, he did not have an electoral experience either. And in 2019, he has contested all the seats and bitten the dust. One of his party nominees was elected from Razol Assembly constituency, and who also drifted away to the ruling YSR Congress party. And the war of words and criticism, and see, Jagan Mohan Reddy has amassed a lot of ill-gotten wealth. Okay, there are probe agencies which are still probing the case, and while those probes were on, he contested the election and he won with a landslide victory. So his corruption is not an electoral issue as far as I am concerned.
Very interesting.
As far as I think.
Okay, because yeah. Pawan Kalyan, in all his attacks, has accused Jagan Mohan Reddy of corruption. And you saying that Pawan Kalyan is not a political force at all. He is in a sense a proxy for Chandrababu Naidu. He's also aligned with the communists in the past. But what's interesting is that there are many who say both Jagan Mohan Reddy and Pawan Kalyan are pro-BJP. So when you talk about their ideological leanings, that is sometimes what is said of both these leaders and their political parties. Professor Chabi Puranik, do you agree with S.I. Shekhar that Pawan Kalyan is not a political force at all in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and that he will make absolutely no dent in the 2024 Andhra Assembly elections? And of course, Mr. Shekhar also saying that he's nothing but a proxy for Chandrababu Naidu.
Well, his assessment could be correct, as far as my whatever knowledge or assessment I have done, because, I have not gone deep into it. But Pawan Kalyan has an image, in terms of supporting a particular party to see that, that party gets support. So, Telugu Desam, perhaps, that argument or that statement may be an undercurrent that one can pursue also. But you can't rule out, these film actors. Like, for example, recently in Karnataka state assembly elections, the famous Sudeep, went with BJP, and then Rajkumar's family, including Shivraj Kumar, all of them, they supported Congress. So it clicked in. So sometimes the voters, in terms of whatever the anti-incumbency or apathy or some kind of dissatisfaction they have, that swing voting, So perhaps, Pawan's influence maybe, in a way help the voters who are undecided or who are dissatisfied. To that extent, with whomever he goes, that will be an advantage. But as he said, I don't think he can be considered as a future chief minister, because for him, he's like Rahul Gandhi. He's also a part-time politician. After all, whenever he is free from the film work and all that, he takes up the issues which are certainly popular and all that. But people, I think, they think that he is not consistent and he has no credibility of a political party as such. So therefore, I think Pawan Kalyan's influence could be marginal, not highly damaging, etc. But if he allies with any other particular group and all that, perhaps it may add to vote share and all that, but not to become chief minister or see that Jagan or somebody is dislodged from the seat of power and all that. I think we must take it with a pinch of salt that his whatever impact or influence will be limited, and also it will not have such landslide kind of effect against the government or even the kind of opposition that they want to project for the people of Andhra Pradesh. That could be there. That's how I feel.
Okay, and I want your comment also on another thing that Mr. Shekhar said. He said that, you know, yes, there are all these corruption cases against Jagan Mohan Reddy. We know he's also gone to jail in the past. There are CBI ED cases against him. But, you know, it's not really an issue electorally in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Do you agree with that assessment? And therefore, do you believe that just like KCR in Telangana, Jagan Mohan Reddy continues to be the predominant political force in the state of Andhra Pradesh and is in pole position to return to power next year in the assembly elections?
I think, you know, I do share that kind of observation which he has made it in an elaborate way. So because, you know, it's very difficult to, you know, dislodge Jagan, as you said about KCR. Same thing with Jagan here in Andhra Pradesh, because the kind of whatever the policies he has initiated and the road shows and all that, that works in favor of him. And he is, I think, in his connect with people is very strong. I don't think that can be, I mean, whatever kind of dislodged in that sense. So therefore, I think, you know, it will be a tough task for the opposition to dislodge Jagan. And Jagan, whatever may be the cases, you know, all political parties and leaders are, I mean, accused of such corruption. And those, whatever kind of accusations that are there, only they will have not much impact, though the urban voters and the educated ones may feel dissatisfied or demoralized. But I think by and large, the poor and the kind of large following he has got, as he was elected as chief minister with that kind of victory margin and also vote share, I think, you know, it's very difficult right now to challenge Jagan Mohan Reddy in Andhra Pradesh. And I think even Lok Sabha also, I think he will have an upper hand over the other parties which try to oppose him or show that there is an alternative and all. But that is a very meek and very kind of, you know, not only weak, but also it is a kind of situation in which Jagan has an upper hand. I think that particular point we have to accept.
Okay, so it will be very difficult for anyone to challenge KCR in Telangana, and the same goes for Jagan Mohan Reddy in Andhra Pradesh. Let me go across to Shyam Prasad Meka. Mr. Meka, where is the Congress party in Andhra Pradesh? The assembly elections are next year. And also, you know, it may not be music to your ears at all. Professor Chambi Puranik says Pawan Kalyan is a part-time politician like Rahul Gandhi. And, you know, Pawan Kalyan is no political force in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And, of course, we're talking about this war of words and war of posters between Pawan Kalyan's party and the ruling party in Andhra. What do you make of all of this?
See, okay, yeah, at the outset, I agree that Congress is a marginal player in as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, because we are reeling from the effect of bifurcation of the state. Okay, having accepted that, let's look at what is Pawan Kalyan? What does he stand for? Nobody knows. But to his strength, what he has is power to make some noise. He has a very vociferous, vocal, staunch, committed handful of people who are his fan base and supporters. That is there. Other than that, he is not a political force. If there is anti-incumbency that is setting against Jagan Mohan Reddy, where do you think it will go in Andhra Pradesh? If people are unhappy with Jagan, where will they go? They'll look towards Chandrababu Naidu, because that's the other side of the coin there. Where is Pawan Kalyan coming into the picture? He can only create noise, and that is being used by and leveraged as a leverage by TDP very, very efficiently. As far as Pawan Kalyan for himself is concerned, he lacks that aptitude to run this as a successful political entity, and he has shown it time and again for 10 years. He did so many somersaults. Even our friend mentioned who are all the people who he tied up with, and actually he mentioned BSP also. He was with BSP as well. And he doesn't know what he stands for, what his political thought is. He speaks, he reads some book or some article, or somebody advises him today, he comes and talks about it today. Tomorrow somebody will tell him that Puchalapalli Sundaraya was a great leader. Okay, he'll come and talk about Puchalapalli Sundaraya. And day after tomorrow, he'll talk about Shyam Prasad Mukherjee. This is how he's been doing. I think
Okay.
he lacks that maturity to be an alternative force. I wish he
Okay, lacks the maturity to be a strong political force in Andhra Pradesh. Well, we'll have to wait and see how the people of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh vote later this year and next year. But that's all the time we have on the show. Thanks to the guests for joining us and thanks to the viewers for watching.